Hickok 45 here. We're going to talk about sights, fixed and adjustable. And this firearm happens to have adjustable sights, so I should not miss, right? No way. I even got the bowling pin. Let's see if we can hit the gong. Since we are adjusted, or are we? We hit it. We are so well adjusted. It's amazing. Mr. Hogg, you need another bullet. Saved one for him. Yes, we're going to talk about fixed sights versus adjustable sights. These are adjustable, and as you can tell, they were pretty well adjusted, like me. Anybody think I'm well adjusted? Probably not, right? I'm adjusted to the insane lifestyle, maybe. But yeah, this one's adjusted. We're just going to kind of, this is maybe partly for new shooters as much as anybody, or folks who are just not quite as experienced with firearms. So we're going to look at some various firearms that have fixed sights and kind of their counterparts that are adjustable. Yeah, fixed versus adjustable. So like I say, I've got kind of a sort of in pairs, but not everything. Okay, I've got a Glock with adjustable sights, and then a 9mm, same thing with 19 and 34 with kind of fixed sights. You can move the rear sight lateral if you want to, and you can always switch out sights on most semi-automatic pistols, not all, but just for sake of discussion, they're more fixed than the 34. We got some Smith & Wesson, some revolvers. These are really counterparts. This is a model 13, essentially the same as this firearm, the 19, except it has a shroud right here on the 19, and it has adjustable sights. It's a little bit nicer gun, I guess you would say, in some ways. And the same up here. I've got another Smith, the model 65 with no rear sights. Essentially, everything is fixed. That's about as fixed as you get, isn't it? And then you have a 357 38 special, with adjustable sights, that kind of thing. So we're going to compare, and also brought out the GP100 with fixed sights. I brought out a Colt single action with fixed sights. I had to have an excuse to bring that out, didn't I? Just like a Glock, it's going to show up if there's any justification whatsoever. So fixed versus adjustable. Again, not everything you wanted to know, but just want to touch on it to some extent, as I don't think we've talked about it much, and partly to dispel maybe a myth or two. Okay, now adjustable sights, as we can imagine, make a firearm generally more versatile. Like this 357 Magnum. I should be able to hit better with it, just like I should be able to hit a little bit better maybe with that Glock 34. And let's put some 38 special in it and see. I don't know. Maybe I can't hit anything. But I'm able to adjust the sights on this thing. And if it shoots high, I can adjust that rear sight. And I can make up for that. So I should be able to hit something with it, whether I want to or not. Like old Mr. Hogg down there. See, that plate. Whoops. I let it off a little bit before I meant to. How about Mr. Cowboy right in the hat? Yeah, I think I got him in the hat, didn't I? Yeah, I think I did. Click. Yeah. So I should be able to hit really whatever I want to hit, and not have a lot of misses with this baby, because I don't have any excuse in terms of the sights. I can move it laterally. What laterally means, you folks in Kentucky, my relatives. You know what that means? I can move it side to side. I can adjust my windage. I know you know what windage is in Kentucky, right? You all invented it, Kentucky windage, and we appreciate it. We use it a lot. So I can adjust for windage, elevation, and that works out pretty well, doesn't it? So that's a firearm that I should be able to hit with. And then same with this one. I'm just going to shoot 38s. We're not hunting hogs for real or anything here. I'll just shoot this. But this firearm has adjustable sights. A great shooter, the 686 Plus. All right, we're back in action. John had one of his famous coughing fits. He's been a little bit under the weather lately. But we're going to get it done. I took the opportunity while he was getting something to drink to repaint the targets, okay? So you can see all my misses. So anyway, we're shooting this this other adjustable sighted target. Well, not target revolver, but just revolver. So let's see if we can hit something with it. It has adjustable sights. No. No excuses. And I'm not going to make any. I've got the sights pretty much on, and I should be able to hit with it. Got adjustable sights. So, not bad. I like that firearm. And you get a good sight picture. So, it's a wonderful thing, isn't it? So now we delve into that world, that primitive world of fixed sights. All right. And maybe I just should shoot this one right here with no sights, not even a hammer. Well, it's been filed off by some goofball like myself. And so look at that. It's just a piece of metal up there. Nothing to adjust there. Got a little paint on it, so we'll see how that does. Before I load it though, I want to remind everybody again that we appreciate the support from apmex.com, highly respected precious metals dealer. Just everything you could imagine. I think 15,000 different items. Check out the link in our description. Go to their website, and it's like Candyland. It's like anything you can imagine. You know, bullion, coins, numismatic, everything. So we appreciate their help. All right, I'm going to load this one up and see if I can hit anything with fixed sights, because I'll give you a clue. I did not adjust these sights, okay? I've owned this firearm for, I don't know, 20, 30 years. I'll do the math here. But I just tried to refrain from adjusting the sights on this one. Pretty funny, huh? So let's see if we can hit anything. I'll even shoot double action. How's that? Woohoo! Feels good. Let me throw one at the gong. Got him. Double action. Fixed sights. Something doesn't compute. Something just doesn't figure, does it? Must be an aberration. But whatever an aberration is, right? So here's another one, the counterpart to the Model 19. Let's try it. And it has no adjustable sights. Same lame joke. I have not adjusted the sights on this one. I did paint the front sight. Let's see if we get anything with it. How about, let's just go double action. Boom. Bowling pin. Wee doggies. Let's go hog hunting. I may actually be missing. let me try that one again, okay? Because this is one of my favorite revolvers. Hope that paint's not messing me up there where it's sticking up a little bit. All right, let's take this thing and cock it and see where it hits. All right. Try the hog. All right, got him. Yeah, she's doing fine. Yep, does just fine. I don't know what I was looking at the first time. But anyway, fixed sights, not bad. Oh, and look what we have here. We have a Glock. The counterpart to the other one. This one does not have adjustable sights, really. Essentially, they're the same way they were the day I bought it. Let's see if we can hit the gong. I think I heard it on the last shot. So what does that tell you? Well, just having some fun basically with you, aren't I? Maybe dispelling a myth to some extent that you have to have adjustable sights. All right, I was kind of over bragging on the adjustable sights, because you don't always need adjustable sights. That's one of the points I wanted to make. It's nice, but there are disadvantages to both, and you can feel free to share your opinions. Now, by and large, if it's a serious target handgun, or for hunting, you know, where you don't want to be limited to 5 yards, you know, and you want to be able to hit something with precision, either hunting or just competition. It may be some moderate to longer distances. You probably need some good sights on it, something you can adjust, because there's a good chance if you're competing or you're hunting, you're going to be maybe using a variety of bullets. You might decide to change the load you're loading, maybe a heavier bullet or maybe a more powerful bullet for certain applications for hunting or competition. Okay, you may be experimenting a lot for what feels like the most accurate round for you, reducing the power factor or increasing the power factor. So you've got all that, and all of that could involve a need to adjust the sights, you know, really could. And then even for a carry gun, a firearm for shorter distances, which generally we consider a defensive firearm or carry firearm, you might prefer adjustable sights just so that you can do the same thing and feel more comfortable with tailoring your own loads, finding ammo you like, and then you want the elevation to be right where it hits, where you want it to hit, you know, based on where you hold the sights, your sight picture and all that. So that just might be something you want, adjustable sights. You're going to wear it in an outside the waistband holster or even an inside the waistband holster, or in some way those sights are not going to snag on anything anyway, and you feel you get a better sight picture. You generally do. We can make the generalization that with adjustable sights you often get a little better sight picture, maybe it's a little crisper sight picture, plus you can also more easily, or you can just change it out. Okay, you can't change it out on this baby, you know. You can't change it out at all. But if it's set up for sights, adjustable sights like this one, then even the old Smith & Wessons, there's replacement sights you can put on there. You could paint it, you get outline sights, you can get red ramped. Thought I had one of those out here. I didn't. Yeah, I'll do it. You can have a red ramp, you know, that's kind of nice. So you just can do more with it. You can even replace that front sight if you want to. So, you know, that's the thing. Now, there's advantages also to fixed sights. Again, the reason I ground off the hammer spur there, it makes this thing cleaner, more snag free. It's kind of a melted effect, kind of like the Glock. One of the things that some of us like about the Glock, or firearms like it, is they're snag free pretty much, you know, and that's the advantages and disadvantages of that. You don't have a lot of sight up there, but there's just not a lot of stuff on that to snag or to hang on, you know. And, you know, revolvers like this, little pocket revolvers, you know, like the 642 that I like so much, same thing, you know, hammer's concealed, and, you know, it's not going to hang on anything. So the big advantages to that. Big if though. If and as long as you can see the sights and you can shoot it all right. You know, you don't have to have some incredible sight picture on a defensive firearm. Maybe you're going to be shooting, you know, from here to here or whatever. You need to be able to hit what you need to hit at close range. And, you know, you're not talking about highly precise shots at long range. Okay? So the disadvantages to that is, again, you can't change out the sights. It's hard to get a better sight picture. And if you want to do some long range shooting, even though you saw me hit the gong with this, and I don't know, one of the others I think, but well, the Glock and different things, you don't need highly precise sights to hit targets of reasonable size. You really don't. So if you're someone who you haven't been into firearms all that long, you don't have a lot of experience with various types of sights and firearms, handguns especially, you might be of the impression that a firearm is just worthless without adjustable sights, and it's just not the case, unless you get one where they're just off, and that can be, you know, some of the old Colt single actions like this one. I've had a lot of these, and occasionally you'll run into one. Most of them just tend to print higher than you'd like, but I have had one or two that actually shot to the left. I mean, it really did. One that was made in the 1800s shot to the left significantly, and it was kind of a collectible firearm, and I didn't want to mess with it. I ended up selling it because I shoot whatever I have, and it's hard to do much with that. But then again, I don't want an adjustable sight on a Colt single action, so they're just going to hit where they do. There have been people who take a pair of pliers or something and bend the front sight either to the right or left to take care of those problems, but I've never done that, and I don't really want to do that. And you can have a gunsmith do some things like that with the front sight. File it down carefully, even put a higher sight on it, and maybe even bend it carefully or move it over. I mean, some of that can be done, so you have some control. But you know, there's not a lot you can do with those. You just use Kentucky windage. So I was I don't know what else I was gonna shoot. Maybe kind of it. This firearm right here. Long story short, I can shoot either one of these equally well. I have not fired this firearm in months and months. You saw me shoot it for the first time here, so I'm not sure what I was doing that first time. But I would feel just fine carrying either one of these for a defensive firearm. Adjustable sights, or in fact, I'd really rather carry this, this model 13, without, well, the shroud is fine, but without the sights back here. Again, it's just smoother. Of course, it's got a big hammer spur, but I'd rather carry this. It's simpler. Okay, I'm not going to knock the sights off, and it shoots right on. So that's the thing. The big qualifier here is I really prefer fixed sights by and large. I really do, as long as there's a decent sight picture, and then most importantly, the sights are on. Like if this firearm with the sights it has shot, like 4 feet high at 20 yards or something, or 4 feet low, I'd have to do something with it. I'd sell it, trade it, weld on some adjustable sights. But as it is, and most guns are like that. If they're fixed sights, the manufacturer knows, hey, these sights need to be close. They need to be pretty much on, and they usually are. They are on this one. They are on almost every Glock I've ever had. You'll see people, they've drifted the rear sight over right or left, but most of the time that's because they're flinching and they're jerking the trigger. They're all made the same. They pretty much shoot right out of the box. Okay. So you usually don't have problems with fixed-sighted guns these days, other than those old Colts. And this one too, it's right on. You saw I hit the gong with it, and I mean, it's just, they're on. So fixed sights versus adjustable. You don't really have to have adjustable sights for a lot of applications for close shooting, defensive shooting, and that sort of thing. You do have an advantage sometimes though, because you get a better sight picture, and you might get a better, not only a more clear sight picture, but maybe the front sight that you think is even better for defensive work. So you've got all those options. Most of these firearms you can change out the sights and get what you want. All right. But anyway, just fixed versus adjustable. Adjustable sights are not always a sacred thing. They're not always a sacred thing. I much prefer. Most of my favorite firearms do not have adjustable sights. One last thing. I will say on my Model 29 8 3/8, the one I bought in '74, it has sights just like this, and I have needed those. Now I have not adjusted them in years. That's the thing. Even firearms with adjustable sights over the years, and I've been buying these Smiths and things since the early '70s. I might tweak it a little bit when I first get it. It shoots a little higher than I like, and or lower, and I'll adjust it just a little bit. And that's the last time I may touch these sights in like 30 years. So it makes me wonder, hey, you know what? Hey, this would do just fine too if the sights are on, because I never adjust them. But on that 29, I used to when I was shooting long-range metallic silhouettes with it, because we'd shoot out to 200 meters at Rams back in the 70s, and I had figured out in order to keep the same sight picture, I would loosen the screw. I didn't count clicks, but I would loosen the screw 4 turns when I was shooting at 200 meters, and I could take the same sight picture that I did at like 50 yards or something. And that actually was beneficial. I wouldn't have to aim high or mess around with the front sight a lot and that sort of thing. So they can come in handy, competition or shooting. And if you have anything to add, your impressions on it, I probably left out a lot of stuff here, feel free, because there's a lot of young people, a lot of new shooters that watch our videos, and we like to dispel some of the myths whenever we can, and just point out some basics about this sort of thing. So jump in and share your wisdom and your experience on this kind of thing, and what you like, and what your experience has been. So anyway, glad you came out today. Appreciate your support and your support of the people that support us, and I hope you get a chance to shoot today or this week. If not, just get out one of your favorite firearms and clean it again. Really, it probably needs it, some of you, right? You know who you are. Life is good.
Hey, go long. Oh hey, just throwing a little frisbee here on the range. While you're here, I want to remind you to check us out in some other places on the internet and our friends over at Talon Grips. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter under Hickok45 and on Instagram under The Real Hickok45 and John_Hickok45. Also go to bunkerbranding.com for our t-shirts, hats, patches, and stickers. So we appreciate, of course, the support from Talon Grips. Go to talongungrips.com. They make all sorts of different textured grips for handguns and rifles. Dad's been using them for a lot of years. They do great work, and we're happy to have them on board, so please check them out, talongungrips.com. And then also, don't forget, we have videos on Gunstreamer now, so if you're watching them over there, you probably already know about it, but if you're not, you might not, so maybe check that out, gunstreamer.com. And hey, there's some more videos being recommended to you that you should probably be watching right now, so I'll let you go. Thanks.